Hello everyone, my name is willow, and today I'm going to be talking about a very popular show called The Owl House. If you don't know what The Owl House is, it's basically a show about this human called Luce who enters a world which is full of demons and witches. Basically, if you're into Harry Potter, then you'll probably be into The Owl House. So, now that we got that out of the way, I have a slight problem with The Owl House because I I don't really exactly like how they handled the character Gus and Willow. I'm not gonna say, this might just be me, everyone might just be fine with it. It might just be, my very unpopular opinion, but I don't really like how they kind of wrote out Gus and Willow out of the story, because if you really think about it, in season 1, they were, the main cast, They were the main cast. A part of the main cast, at least. Because, you would see them in most of the episodes, whenever Luce was in trouble, Gus and Willow were there, and they would sort things out. But in season 2, you barely see them, barely. Most of the season is either Luce fighting with the Golden Guard or Luce at home. Or it's either Lumity, something like that. And I really, yes, they've had their episode, Willow has had Understanding Willow, and Gus has had his episode Through the Looking Glass Ribbons, but both of those episodes, both carry one of the most important Lumity moments. Both of those episodes. And it's when people talk about those episodes, nobody talks about, Gus has grown so much as a character, and he's really gotten control of his illusion magic, and he is getting stronger, and this is a good thing. Or Willow is finally fixing things to Sammy. Although people talked about that a little bit, but they always talk so much about Lumini, and I really feel sad for Gus and Willow, because they're barely in the story now. They have they've not, the episodes that they've had have not really kind of rounded them well. Obviously the episodes were very good, very good stuff, but they've just Willow's arc was just she's being bullied and she's a really nice person. No part in the story. Gus, he's a really nice kid who is very insecure about his magic. When that is done, he's out of the story. It's kind of like that. And I'm not gonna say that it's a bad thing or whatever. Some people barely notice, and that's kind of one of my issues. People, they don't notice it at all. I think it might just be me overanalyzing. They might have their own standalone episodes in the future, but that seems very unlikely in the way that the Owl House is going right now. It seems very Lumity based. Although that's not a bad thing. I love Lumity and stuff, but these you've gotta understand, these 2 episodes that they've been the main focus of, they're not even the main focus. Nobody gives a damn about them 2 in the episode. It's literally Lumity that all people talk about. nobody is talking about Gus in Brutal Looking Glass Ruins. No one. If you go to any reaction, nothing about Gus. It's just, oh my god, Lumity happened, like, yeah. No Gus at all. And of course, like, don't get me wrong, I was also freaking out when Lumity happened and stuff like that. But, you gotta understand where I'm coming. Like, please don't hate on me, but, like, Gus and Willow seemed in season 1 to be, like, very important characters, and were going to be, like, very important for Luz to find a way back home. Like, they just marketed Willow and Gus to be like they obviously, it doesn't seem like they were supposed to be like part of the main cast for a while, but like they were in season 1. They were like, it seemed like they were gonna help Luz fight Emperor Bellows, and there was gonna be a big fight thing. But now it seems less unlikely that that's gonna happen. Of course that can happen. Like, Luz can get all of her allies and then they fight Emperor Bellows. But, they just, like, Willow, I think, was one of probably, I think they really had an opportunity with Willow. Like, of course Gus could have been, like, really powerful if you think about it, but Willow was like, they made her out to be like this weak witch when she wasn't really. She's like really, really powerful, and now they're just like, you don't get to see, like, whenever they get that small bit of screen time, they don't use their powers, like, at all. Like, Willow is supposed to be like this powerful plant witch that is like really protecting of her friends, but we don't really see that. We don't really get to see Willow be. Of course, she's like they've been really good friends with Luz, but now it just seems like they don't talk to Luz at all, because like you don't even get a mention. They don't even get mentioned. Like, in clips, like, you might be like, oh, they were there, like, but there might be a few seconds, but they were there. Like, no, they're just like, now, I'm not talking about that. The problem is that they're side characters now, when they were meant to be like part of the main cast and like really help Luz. Like, they were meant to, like, learn along with Luz, but they're her friends or whatever. Everybody knows they're their friends, so let's just put them in the background to make it seem like they're still friends, But even then, it's like they had so much potential. Like, of course, I want like a full-on episode dedicated to these two characters. Clearly, by my rant, I want an episode focused on these two. And you might be like, oh, that already happened. They already had that episode. No. They got overshadowed by Looney. I don't want that. So please, if there's any space in season 2, like, because like I know that there's not going to be enough space in season 3 at all. No chance for them to have their own episodes. No chance. So at least in season 2, let them, like, one episode. I want centered. If they can't have 2 of their own, one episode where Gus and Willow, like, really, I want to focus on them, because they've not really been focused on. It's always been Lumity, Luz, Bellows, all that stuff. Of course, it's good to get the plot rolling, but I also want to see how, like, other characters are doing, because right now it seems like they're just there to fill in some time, or just to seem like they're doing something when they're really not. And I think that I don't know, because like they're just there. Like even in Eclipse Lake, the few seconds that you get to see of them, they're just not really a part of the story anymore, and it's really sad because like nobody talks about them anymore. Which, like, you know, these characters could have been like, they could have been like so much stronger, you know, like now I think like people are always like, oh yeah, Gus and Willow, but whenever you go to like the fan base, like online or Twitter, when they're starting discussions about like the plot, yeah, Willow and Gus barely get mentioned, like at all, not even mentioned, because like in the season 1 they seemed like they were going to be a part of the plot so much, but in season 2, as of right now, as of Eclipse just dropping out like a few days ago, 2 days to be exact, yeah, no ma'am. They're just not a part of the plot. It seems like they're just not gonna be a part of the big finale, because they're just so like, it's hard to explain, because like Willow and Gus were like seem to be like these apparently weak witches who were gonna be like all powerful, but now they don't really seem like that. Kind of seems like they've kind of lost all of their development and are just happy-go-lucky friends who like to support their bestie, you know. And it's so like they had so much potential with Gus and Willow. So if like, I really doubt it, but like if the Owl House, like again, I really doubt that the Owl House, like one of the team members are going to see this, but like please, I want an episode just on them too, because like man, the episodes that have been focused on them are barely about them. Like we barely know anything about Willow or Gus. Like if you really think about it, we don't know what Willow's family life is. We don't really know what's her favorite hobbies. Obviously, it's taking care of plants, but what other hobbies does she have? Like, do they have other friends or like family members? We don't really get to see that. Like, of course, we get to see Willow's 2 dads and Gus's dad, but like, other than that, like, we don't really get to see much about them, which, you know, I mean, they're side characters now, so I kind of understand, but like, come on, it's, you know. Anyway, I'm just gonna go off a tangent. I've just gone off a long tangent, so if you don't agree with my opinion, it's completely fine. You don't have to. Just please don't attack me. It's just, I really think that Gus and Willow, they're not really part of the story anymore because they kind of been written out. I mean, of course, we all knew they weren't going to be like major characters like Emperor Bellows or something like that. But, you know, I really want an episode on them. I've said this a lot in this video, but I just want an episode on them. So please, can we just get that, please? I really, like, really, really, really am desperate for that.